Hello, it's Pierre from GeoDesigns. In this video, I want to share with you some of the top tips and principles that we adhere to whenever we're creating responsive designs for our clients. So the very first thing to keep in mind when it comes to responsive designs and especially mobile responsiveness is selecting the right frame size. Now, this might seem something which is basic and taken for granted, but it's important to notice that if one of your audience is more skewed towards Android or iOS, you might want to keep that in mind. And in generally speaking, I think 375 pixels of width when it comes to the frame size, it's a good starting point for pretty much all of the mobile responsive frames. And in order to select a frame which has a mobile responsive in Figma, simply select the frame and you can see all sorts of different updated sizes for those mobile devices. Now, moving forward, another thing which is really important to keep in mind is the hierarchy and the interest point distribution. Now, this means that whenever you're holding a phone in your hand, there's going to be areas where your thumb is going to be more easily access information, such as this green area right here. While if you go here on these yellow and red areas, it's going to be more difficult. It's going to require your other hand and finger. So this is going to be a bigger ask for the user. So keep this in mind whenever you're distributing the call to actions, the navigations. For example, in an app, having the menu items over here is going to be really beneficial for this very reason. And moving forward, but still linked to this concept, is the touch CTAs for mobile. Meaning that you need to consider that the touch points are going to be pretty big because fingers aren't as precise as a click of a mouse where you can go into minute pixels. So you're going to need to keep the call to actions and the interaction points quite large, and this is going to basically provide a good user experience and usability overall. So keep this in mind whenever you're creating menu items, hyperlinks within the mobile layout, or buttons or call to actions of all sorts, since usability needs to be at the forefront of the priorities. Now, another thing that you want to keep in mind and that I see often designers forget about is the tablet version. And I understand that not in all cases you can actually go ahead and also create a design for tablet. But even if you don't, you have to keep the tablet version in mind, as it's going to be a bridge between the desktop and the mobile solution. So see as the desktop solution as the pure white color and the mobile responsive version as the black color, while tablet is going to be a gray, which is going to be in between. So you want to create a gradient solution which is going to essentially work well throughout this transition period from desktop to mobile. So avoid creating mobile solutions which are going to be too far off from what the developer can implement in tablet whenever possible, of course. And another thing that is the last point, but this one is the least but not last in our agenda, since I believe it's extremely important and I see so many designers fail to take the time to do this, which is testing your designs on a real device. Meaning that you should literally take out your phone, send over a screen, or you can use even the Figma app for mobile, where you can see the live prototype of your designs, which you can then also tweak in real time, which is a really nice feature. And seeing the designs on the mobile version on the real device in the real life is absolutely going to be crucial, because you're going to see if the design is actually going to work, if the font sizes are at the right size, if the layout it's too cramped or maybe like too wide. And it's just going to bring a level of depth to the project, which is really difficult to achieve in any other ways. So keep all of these points in mind whenever you're tackling a responsive design for your web app or web design or even iOS or Android app. Hope this video was helpful. If you want to learn more about design, I'm a designer with over 10 years of experience, and I'm sharing my knowledge in these YouTube videos. So feel free to check the other ones out, and I'll see you in the very next one.